devils and demons, this is Nurse Hatchet, she-wolf of the Wolf Pack.
Blog Talk Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, step right up. Behind this curtain lies a ghastly concoction of delight, horror, fantasy, and terror. Your every wish is our command, your every whimsical desire brought to life. But I'm warning you, there's always a price. Welcome to the greatest drama!
Eric Morse Project on Blog Talk Radio.
The Eric Morse Project, OutpostFavetta.com, and Fossil Films presents Astro Atomic Space Dogs Retro Radio Theater, hosted by Balkazar, Emperor of Evil, Child of Destruction, and Astro Atomic Space Dog.
Hello, humans. Yes, I'm back. Meow. This is Balkazar, Emperor of Evil, Child of Destruction, and I would like to welcome you to this edition of Retro Radio Theater. Thankfully, I've managed to repair the damage caused by my over-ambitious minion. And I've got that minion under control now, thanks to the use of a shock collar. And it's very stylish, boss. Did I give you permission to speak, minion? Sorry, boss. Remember that. Also in the studio is the Fleabag himself, Atomic Space Dog. Oh! Oh! Oh, no, I wouldn't forget you, Fleabag. Oh, and also it appears that Eric Morse has decided to be a regular on this show as well. Well, it seems like you need me around because all of the drama around here. We need someone to introduce the radio plays when you're busy. You make it sound like I cause a lot of chaos on this show, when it was you who hired that crazy woman, Maria. Hello, did someone call me? No, Maria. Go back to filing. Okay, Mr. Eric Morse. Thank you, Morse. From the bottom of my traumatized bottom. No problem. Let's remember you brought Bill Paxton on the show. Your crazy pal there. I'm not crazy. I'm just fabulously eccentric. Sorry, boss. So what do you say about us starting the show? Actually, before we start, I got some good news for you, Balkazar. Really? I sincerely doubt it. But what you got for me? I got an email from your mother. She's on her way and is coming on the show. What? And you say this is good news, Morse? Are you crazy? You've got to stop her, Morse. Please, in the name of humanity, stop her. It's too late. So there you are, the runt of my loins. Your father was right. We ate the wrong child. Mummy? Balkazar, why is your mom wearing a red and white milkmaid's dress, army boots, and a red and white bonnet, and has a sock puppet on her paw? Oh, it's worse than I thought. She's off her pills. Play it smart, Morse. Don't cross the puppet. Arf! Arf! You too, Fleabag. Mr. Morse, I would suggest you do your introduction thing, so we have time to get acquainted. What you say to that, Balkazar? Don't speak to him. He knows that Mother knows best. Don't you, Joey? Joey? Just do the damned introduction, Morse, for your own sake. Hello, listeners. While we are getting to know Joey's mom, we will thrill you with the 4th part of our 12-part run of Buck Rodgers in the 25th century. And be ready later on in our broadcast as our buddies at Racks and Razors brings us another thriller titled Nameless Face. So, thrills and chills to come. Thank you, Eric Morse. That was very well done. Mr. Flibble approves. Right, Mr. Flibble? That's right, boss. So let's go to the 25th century with Buck Rodgers.
Buck Rodgers in the 25th century.
Buck Rodgers is on the air. This program is brought to you by the makers of Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle, those delicious frozen confections on a stick. And now a message from the famous fellow who won the contest for the typical American boy, Popsicle Pete.
Hello, fellas and girls. Are you saving up bags for those exciting free presents I told you about? Gee, what wonderful gifts you get. Hundreds of them. Roller skates, telescope, movie camera, doll, bracelet, wallet, table tennis. That's only a few. Just save the bags from Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle. Ask at your ice cream store for the free Popsicle gift list. It tells you where to send the bags you save and how many to send. You get a free coupon with it worth 10 bags. That'll get you started fine.
Yes, and here's an idea. Get Mom and Dad eating those wonderful confections, too. They're easy to eat on those handy sticks, and they're easy to digest. They're so pure and fresh and wholesome. And, oh, boy, so delicious. You'll get their bags, too, for those marvelous gifts.
Popsicle, Fudgicle, and Creamsicle are biggest for a nickel. Don't forget that.
Yes, but now let's go on with the amazing adventures of Buck Rodgers in the 25th century. In our last episode, you recall, we learned that our old friends, Black Barney and Willie, were the ones who took off in the rocket ship equipped with the new gyrocosmic relativator. And we also know that the arch-criminal, Killer Kane, suddenly appeared there aboard Black Barney's rocket ship. But that last is something that Buck and Wilma and Dr. Hewer don't know. And as we join them, they're simply talking things over in the doctor's laboratory. Shall we join them? Okay, then, here we go, 500 years into the future.
Well, Buck, Wilma?
Yes, Doctor?
At least we know that our rocket plane is in good hands. Yes, and that the new gyrocosmic relativator works all right.
Yes, Barney said when he radioed that he took off at full speed, and that he didn't even feel the pull of acceleration.
Well, as long as he's bringing the plane right down again, Hadn't we better go over to the spaceport to meet him?
Not much point in going over right away, is there?
Huh?
It took him some time to fly out to wherever he is, and he won't be able to get back any faster.
Yes, Wilma's right. And we can put in good time right here in my laboratory, finding out what was taken by whoever ransacked it.
Yeah. Well, whoever broke in couldn't have been here very long.
What makes you think that, Buck?
Well, for one thing, there doesn't seem to have been much damage done. A few drawers pulled out on the desks and cabinets, and only a couple of scientific instruments moved from their usual places.
Well, you know what that indicates.
What, Doctor?
Whoever broke in wanted one particular thing.
Yeah.
And didn't have to waste much time in looking for it.
Come to think of it, Doctor, he couldn't have had very much time. It was only a few minutes after we arrived at the spaceport that the captain of the rocket police discovered this had happened.
Exactly. Well, let's look carefully around and find out what, if anything, is missing.
We can certainly be sure of one thing.
What's that?
This was done by Kane and Ardela. No one else would do such a thing.
Yes. And, of course, they've just escaped from the municipal prison.
Yes, sir. Can't you see what happened? The minute they got out, they realized they'd need equipment. And there was no more logical place for them to try to find it than right here in this laboratory.
Only one of them was here, though, Wilma.
How do you know?
Well, Police Information Bureau said that when they made their break, Kane and Ardela separated.
Uh-huh.
And what's more, a private citizen saw just one person take off in a rocket roadster from the neighborhood of this laboratory.
Buck, could he identify that person?
No, sir, he was too far away. But he's absolutely sure there was only one.
Well, maybe we aren't right after all.
Huh?
About it being Kane and Ardela. They usually stick pretty close together. Just getting out of prison would be all the more reason for doing so.
Except that one of them might have come here to get something, while the other tried to lay hands on a rocket ship.
Yes.
Well, we're wasting time just standing around here talking about it. Let's look around and see if anything's missing. Buck.
Yes, sir?
Look through that chest there against the wall and make sure that my bound copies of the formula for...
All right, sir.
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir?
The instrument devised by Professor Smith, the mad scientist.
Huh?
The instrument that subjugated people to his willpower when he used it on them.
The psychic restriction ray.
Yes.
Why, it was right over there in that corner, back of where Wilma's standing.
Well, it's not here now.
Well, then we must look for it quickly. An instrument like that in the hands of a man like Kane...
Don't I know it?
Quick, open every cabinet and locker in the place.
Right, okay, Doctor.
With his mad desire for power, why, Kane would use that instrument on everybody he could lay his hands on. No sign of it yet?
Not that I can see, Doctor.
But there must be.
Nothing over here, Doctor.
Well, then suppose you look back in the stockroom, Buck. Perhaps I left the instrument in there.
Yes, sir.
Are you absolutely sure you had it here in your laboratory, Doctor?
Yes, Wilma, absolutely sure. Well, Buck, is it in there?
I'm afraid not, Doctor.
Well, then,
No,
look here.
sir. That's what he took, all right.
Well, listen, what we've got to do. Our first thing is to report to the president that we're all ready to set out after Kane and Ardela.
Which, of course, we'll do the minute Black Barney gets our rocket plane back here.
Yes, and we'll need all the information we can get from the rocket police relative to their escape from the municipal prison.
I'll take care of that, Doctor.
And I'll radio the president's office.
Good. We'll go out to the spaceport and meet Barney with our ship.
But, Doctor, is that a good ship for chasing Kane and Ardela?
No, Buck, no. We'll have the gyrocosmic relativator from it installed on a fast-fighting cruiser.
Right. Wilma, the call letters for police information are 413.
Okay, Buck.
Calling X38.
Wilma Deering calling
Buck
413.
Rogers calling X38.
413.
Calling X38.
Wilma Deering
Buck
calling
Rogers
413.
calling X38.
Yes, Barney. I can't begin to tell you how nice it is to be with you again.
Say now, you listen here now to me, Killer Kane.
And Willie.
Yes, sir?
Some time since I've seen you, too.
Listen, Kane. What's your idea of stowing away on my rocket ship, huh? If you think you're going to get away with
Stand
it...
back.
But I tell you...
Stand back.
Yeah.
Don't you know by this time that occasionally my trigger finger gets a bit nervous? And, Barney, a rocket pistol isn't very pleasant at this close range.
Please, you wouldn't shoot Mr. Barney, would you?
Of course not, Willie. Unless you were to make the serious mistake of trying to oppose me. Now, look here.
Yeah, well, what do you want?
A minute ago, you spoke of my having stowed away on your rocket ship.
Yeah.
Your rocket ship. surely you don't pretend that you were clever enough to have installed a device like this?
You mean that gyro thing?
Barney. How many times must you be told that it's a gyrocosmic relativator?
Mr. Barney can say that word, Mr. Kane, and don't you believe he can either.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the fact remains that neither the ship nor the relativator belongs to you. Am I right?
Well, it's sort of this way.
Don't try to stall, Barney. You and Willie committed a very serious offense by taking off in this ship without proper authority.
When we talked to Dr. Hewer by radio, he said it was all right, Mr. Kane.
Yeah, and all we need to do is fly back with it.
Yes.
Told you it's all right, eh?
Yes, sir.
And when you merrily land at the central spaceport, you forget all about the fact that you ran off with the greatest invention he ever turned out. Not one bit of it.
What do you mean?
The minute you set foot on the ground there at the Niagara spaceport, you will find yourself surrounded by rocket police, ready to throw you into chains.
No, sir. I betcha.
What excuse have you for stealing this rocket ship, Barney?
We didn't. We just took it on a test flight for the gyro thing, so Lieutenant Wilmer, Captain Rodgers, and Dr. Ure wouldn't have to take no chances with it.
You expect them to believe a story like that?
It's the truth. That's what it is.
Yes, sir, it's the truth.
Yeah, and I tell you, you're crazy to think that you can get away with any such childish excuse. Truth or not. Well, if you have any sense, instead of going back to Niagara to trouble, you come along with me.
Huh?
You know, there was a time, Barney, when you were not only willing, but anxious to work with me. And if I remember correctly, you were always well paid for doing it.
Well, that's the times I want to forget, when I didn't know no better than be a air pirate.
At that time, you had a stronghold full of treasure that would have been the envy of all nations. You had gold, power. You can have those things again, Barney, my boy. If you'll use your head and come along with Ardela and me.
Don't you know that I've outgrown all that sort of stuff?
That's your misfortune, Barney. As an air pirate, you were quite a success, weren't you?
Yeah, sure I was.
But what happened? You got silly and sentimental listening to Wilman Deering stuff your empty head full of ideas about reforming and going straight.
Hey, don't you say nothing against Lieutenant Wilmer.
Get back.
All right.
And what has it got you? Nothing.
Mr. Barney's the Prime Minister of Mars, don't forget.
Yeah, that's right.
Prime Minister of Mars?
Yeah.
What does that make me? King of Pluto?
It's a big job, Mr. Kane. Why, if Mr. Barney wasn't their Prime Minister, I don't know what the Martian people would do.
Yeah.
You just ask King Analdo what he thinks of Mr. Barney.
Yeah.
That doddering old fool? Why, just to show you how helpless he is, I may go up there to Mars one of these days and establish a headquarters.
Not if I got anything to say about it. No, sir.
No, sir.
You won't have anything to say about it, Barney, unless some sudden and unexpected flash of intelligence leads you to team up with me.
I don't know what you're up to, Kane, and I don't care no matter what it is.
No, Barney?
But no matter what it is, me and Willie ain't gonna have nothing to do with it.
Unfortunately, you're going to change your mind about that, Barney. And very shortly.
You're crazy. There's nothing will make me change my mind about that. Not even nothing.
No, sir.
Well, we'll see. This rocket ship is headed back in the general direction of Earth, isn't it?
Sure. Can't you tell by looking on the viewplate of the teleradioscope or by looking out of one of the forward windows?
No sarcasm, Barney. Move out of that control seat.
No, sir. I'm taking this ship back to the center spaceport.
Do I have to keep waving this rocket pistol at you to show you that I mean business?
Okay. Go ahead and sit in the control seat.
On second thought, though, I believe I'll let you do the work of navigation. Now, I want you to land us near the ruins of the ancient city of Philadelphia.
Philadelphia?
There we'll meet Ardela. You see, Barney, before she left Niagara, she made a stop at the laboratory of your dear friend, Dr. Ure, and picked up a rather interesting scientific instrument.
What are you talking about?
I have a sneaking suspicion it'll help you come around to my point of view. As a matter of fact, Barney, I'm sure of it.
Well, sir, I certainly hate to hear Kane say that, because it can mean only one thing. Killer Kane plans to put Black Barney under the psychic restriction ray that Ardela stole from Dr. Huer's laboratory. And that ray will completely subjugate Barney to Kane's will. Well, now, Pete, how about some refreshment? What do you say to a great big ice-cold creamsicle on a stick?
Oh, boy. Ice cream in the middle and thick chocolate fudge outside?
That's right. Creamy chocolate fudge or tempting fresh fruit flavors. Take your choice. Creamsicles are all 5 cents. All delicious, nourishing, wholesome. Made fresh every day under the strictest pure food laws and protected by U.S. registered trademark.
And listen, pals, don't forget to save your creamsicle bags for these wonderful gifts, like a camera, table tennis, a wristwatch, wallet, baseball, sleeping dolls. Get your free illustrated gift list in your ice cream store.
That was a very exciting episode. Isn't that right, Mr. Flibber? Fantastic, boss! By the way, Eric Morse, if I recall correctly, this month is Midnight Syndicate, the Dead Matter month on the Eric Morse Project. That's correct, Mrs. Balkazar. Excuse me, what did you call me, Eric Morse? Oh, shit, you did it now, Morse. I don't know what you're talking about. You just called me Mrs. Balkazar. That is not my name. I'm Joey's mother. That is my name. I'm sorry, ma'am. There you go again, calling me by a name that is not my own. That is something a crazy person would do. I hate crazy people. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Are you a crazy person, Eric Morse? No, ma'am. I mean, Joey's mom. That is to be decided. Isn't that right, Mr. Flibber? Yes, the boss can't stand crazy people. Oh, boy, Morse, it's buckets for you like my cousin Edgar. But while Mr. Flibber and I are deciding the fate of Eric Morse, let's treat the listeners to the trailer to the upcoming DVD release of Midnight Syndicate's feature film, The Dead Matter. Enjoy.
This is my final entry. I've seen a darkness overturn the natural order. There is a place, a mystical nexus, where this unholy relic can be destroyed. I only hope we can get there before village.
village is going to tell us more about that scarab.
Sean, can you hear me?
This is just the beginning, my friend.
That was a wonderful trailer. I'm really looking forward to getting the movie. You too, Mr. Flibble? Yes, boss! Okay, let's get it over with. Have you decided if I'm crazy or not? Don't push it, boss. Arf! 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 While the trailer was playing, Mr. Flibble and I consulted with the king of the potato people, and he suggested that if you are crazy, that it would spread to the rest of you. He suggested that we must keep you here. Keep you here forever. Oh, fuck. So you haven't made up your mind yet? No. Then I demand to talk to the king of the potato people myself. Have you a magic carpet? Morse? Yeah, a big one so we all can go. So, let me get this straight. You want to go on a magic carpet to visit the king of the potato people and plead your case that you are not crazy. And you want me to believe you're perfectly sane. You did it this time, Morse. Crazy people. I hate crazy people. All crazy people must be destroyed. Get them, Mr. Flibble. What the fuck was that? I warned you, Morse. Watch out for the puppet. It has laser eyes. Wow. That's so fabulous. Sorry, boss. Scatter. Hello, listeners. Joey's mom again. While I'm destroying these crazy people, you can enjoy this horror news update. Gore and Scares, everyone. This is William Pattison, a.k.a. Eric Morse, with your horror news update for July 2010. I wanted to remind listeners this month is our Midnight Syndicate, the Dead Matter month. Midnight Syndicate, the people whose music has made Halloween an event, has now ventured into full-on film production with the release of their first major motion picture, The Dead Matter. The film will be released on July 30th with a special 3-disc edition of the film and its soundtrack being released through Hot Topic stores. But now on to our horror news update. Sculpture. This film is directed by Peter Jasone and stars Alan Rowe Kelly, Dustin Kearns, Susan Adrianson, Marv Bouvette, and Jeff Dylan Graham. In the film, a struggling artist named Ashley returns home after her parents die, and she had bad memories come flying back. She is hired to do a sculpture of the perfect man, so she decides to use the bodybuilders at her local gym. Literally. Sounds like she's a very hands-on kind of gal. Let's check out the trailer.
was a good man. He was a devoted husband and a loving father. As for his part on this earth, he will certainly be missed, but hopefully not forgotten.
Coming home could be the fresh start I've been looking for.
I would love more than anything to see to come home. The attic is even still set up as an art studio from back when Mom was still alive.
Opening for my gallery in October, and I'm looking for a real grabber.
I got a show coming up. I have no idea what I'm going to do.
How about sculpting my very own mind?
This film is on DVD October 12th. It's a true work of art. Craig McIntyre's Los Angeles Ripper stars Randy Tobin, Celeste Martinez, and Devani Pinn. A girl named Christy White moves out to Los Angeles to live with her whack job Aunt Peggy and cousin Angel, so she can concentrate on her career of acting and singing. She picks the wrong time to take her trip since there is a brutal serial killer on the loose looking for new victims. So Christy goes out to explore and party up with Angel's friends, who seem to be a little wild and crazy. When she meets Angel's drug-dealing friend, things spin horribly out of control. Let's check out the trailer.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to fucking go first? Who wants to go? Which one of you? Do you? Or do you?
Release of this film will be announced, so I'll have to get back to you on this. Well, that's it for this month's Horror News Update. Be ready for more gore and scares next month. And as always, remember, keep America strong. Watch horror films. Run! Let's get that magic carpet and kick Potato King's ass. We don't have a magic carpet, you idiot! Sorry, boss. What are we going to do, Morse? I got it. Maria! Mr. Tinkles, it's time to check your sphincter again. Begone, crazy Mexican lady. There is no one by that name here. Unhand me, Mr. Flibble. Right, boss? Ah! Oh my God, she got Maria. Oh, thank God. I mean, oh no. Now look at that. Who's going to clean up that mess? Well, listeners, it's time for our next radio play. From our friends at Racks and Razors comes a new thriller, this one titled Nameless Face. Enjoy.
Welcome to this episode of the Racks and Razors radio play. Have you ever been with a beautiful woman that took you to a place that you didn't want to go and became a dastardly nightmare? I call this episode a Nameless Face.
It's at one of those lonely hotels in the middle of nowhere that you decide to take off your face, change who you are. Heat lightning turns the room into twins as you put your face on the bed. Then another, then another. Identities, driver's licenses, passports. There's still a bit of blood on your hands from the last customer. What was their name again?
The Titteringtons.
That's right. And you took everything away from them except their name. You wined and dined them. You married their child.
Pam, yeah. What a catch.
But you were sloppy, weren't you? The brother-in-law found you out, didn't he? Then you had to take him out of the picture.
Who am I now?
Soon you'll be 1,000 miles away. You'll have a different name. The game will look a little different, but it will be the same game. A year later, 10 p.m., small town, a rundown bar.
Will it be? Whiskey on the rocks.
New in town?
Is it obvious?
Yeah, I see it a lot. It's a bit of a graveyard.
How's that?
Graveyard, elephant's graveyard. Here you go, on the house.
Thanks,
Did I hear you were new in town?
Just passing through, but if there's good enough reason to stay.
Look, I'll just cut to the chase. I need someone, just for tonight. Not in that way. I need someone to walk me home. You seem trustworthy.
I really shouldn't.
Are you expecting someone?
Not really.
I just need it to look like I'm with someone. It's not safe.
All right, I'll do it.
I don't know how I can repay you.
Paul. And you are?
Anne.
I'm sure we'll come to some arrangement.
Well, here we are.
A graveyard?
No, silly. It's a shortcut. Stay a little longer?
Sure.
Good. This gives me the willies.
What was that?
What?
Something moved over there.
Hold my hand.
There. Is that better?
Oh, much. Probably a hoodlum. This way.
Much further?
Actually, this is it.
What is this?
It's the entrance. A little run down. But after so much use, it's to be expected.
You live in a hospital?
No, silly. Here, hold the lantern while I open the door. Come on.
What is this place?
A hospital, like you said. You can leave the lantern. Here, take my hand. Here we are.
I think we should go.
Just a second.
Next. Name.
Anne Franklin.
What's the problem, Miss Franklin?
Well, I'm due for surgery, but I found someone with no identity.
You'd like to swap places?
Is this some kind of joke?
Orderlies.
Sir, if we could see your papers.
What? Your identity?
Here. See?
It's blank. Take his face off.
What? Get away from me. This won't hurt a bit. No! No!
I'm sorry. What was your name again? John? Goodbye, John.
Next.
Let me go! Sir, if you don't settle down, I'll make you, sir.
Let me go, I said!
Looks like rats ate it clean off.
Mirror. I need a mirror.
Washroom's there. A hell of a face you got there.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah. Soon we shall meet the stork.
What?
Right. You're still alive. You know that story? The stork delivers the baby? Well, that's the name of the head surgeon here on account of her head. It looks like a stork. Crazy world. I mean, afterworld. You must have done something stupid to end up here. With no face.
How do I get out?
Take the elevator. It's the only way out.
If you call me nurse.
Go on. Get out of here.
Come on. Come on. No buttons. Okay, my face. Took my face. Get out of this. Think. You can do this. Think.
Hello? Hello? Don't be shy. Come out, wherever you are. What do you have here? A replacement?
Who are you? What is this place?
Oh, come now. You remember me. I brought you into the world. Come here. Sit. There's only one way out. Sit!
You can't help but sit. After all, you've lost face. Anne was a smart one, wasn't she?
Yeah.
But she pulled a con on a con artist. But don't worry. It's not the first time. And maybe next time you'll return the favor. That is, if you remember. Try to remember, Paul. A small town with a graveyard. We're in a hospital where souls are remade anew. But that's not for you, is it, Paul? because the stalk cuts you open to find the soul, but there's nothing there. It's as if you've become nobody, a man without a name. So you're thrown away.
Where am I?
Where am I? Hello? Anyone hear me? Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
A Nameless Face, starring Greg Russell Titterington as Pop, Cheryl Thompson as Ash, Miranda Coombe as the patient, Gregory Milne as the bartender, Brenda Matthews as the stork, Huey Phillips as Nurse Nick, Keith Harada as the orderly, and Dick Hugh as the narrator. Directed by Keith Harada. Written by Moss Wheeler. Edited by Ken Burke. Sound effects mixed by Dan Peterson. www.racksandrazors.com.
Okay, boys. I've got a riddle for you. What is dead and dead and dead and dead? What? Sorry, boss. You toast them, Mr. Flibber. Atomic Space Dog, you're our only hope. Orf! 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 What are you planning, Moles? We need Atomic Space Dog's atomic thumb. In these close quarters, it could destroy us all. Would you rather be toasted? I see your point. Go for it, Fleabag. Orf! 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 We're still here. We're still here and alive. And we're still fabulous. Sorry, Bob. Get some duct tape and tie her up, and get that damn sock puppet away from her. And while we're cleaning things up, let's hear from Eric Lobo as Criswell. Enjoy.
My friend, I am the all-powerful Criswell. For years I foretold the almost unbelievable, related the unreal, and proved it to be more than a fact. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I will be spending the rest of our lives, whether we want to or not. So let us remember the past, honor the present, and be amused by the future. I predict that the number of births is increasing rapidly day by day, particularly in developing countries. When the number of births per hour hits 50,000, a new industry is born to feed all those hungry little mouths. Chunked and packaged baby meat will hit store shelves, providing much relief to bargain hunters in these troubled economic times. Costing pennies per pound, it will outsell beef, pork, and even chicken. People will develop a taste for this new, juicy, tender human veal, and it will be so popular that families will plan pregnancies just so a fresh, plump, juicy baby is served with all the trimmings in time for Thanksgiving dinner. Time is eternal. It is a ribbon with no beginning and no end. The past is just a continuation of the future, and this ribbon is wrapped tightly around your present. So may this knowledge of tomorrow entertain you, inform you, and empower you with prosperity and success today. Good night, my dearest friend, and may God help us in the future.
The County Psycho Ward will be coming to pick up your mother within the hour. Oh, thank God. Boss, she's waking up. So there you are, boy. I gather you're proud of yourself. Look at what you've done to your dear mother. You were trying to kill us all, Mummy. And why shouldn't I? Look at the disgrace you are. Do you know what they call me at the milk bar? Mother of the vile excrement. Think of the pain I endure. I go out into the spiny fields every day and beat my breasts and curse you for being such a sad excuse for a child. Your brother Tommy does the dance of pain on a daily basis. You are such a disappointment to our family. Leave me to my pain, freak. My mother! Yuck! Why does she hate you so? She wanted me to be a dentist. I had bigger plans. But I will show her. She will kneel with all the sycophants and worms when I take over the world. Well, we all have dreams, but now it's time to hear from our sponsors. The Eric Morse Project is sponsored by FrightStuff.com, DK New York Effects, Dr. Blood's Video Vault, HorrorDemons.com, BenevolentStreet.com, Brass Services, and Fossil Films. The official copy place of our show is the Daily Boost, Courthouse Square, Redwood City, California. The official sandwich place is Ike's Place, 16th Street and Sanchez, San Francisco, California, and also at 555 Twin Dolphin Drive, number 115, Redwood City, California. All of our shows are dedicated to the internet mistress of horror, Dark Spider. This is Balkazar, Emperor of Evil, Child of Destruction, for the Eric Morse Project. Well, that's it for this edition of Retro Radio Theater. Be ready next month for more thrills and chills. Remember to keep America's imagination strong. Listen to Retro Radio. And, by the way, Mrs. Balkazar, we didn't want you to feel lonely while you're waiting for the guys in white, so we thought we'd keep you company. I am not Mrs. Balkazar, and why are all four of you wearing red and white milkmaid dresses, army boots, and bonnets? Because we're fabulous! Meow. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Orf! 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 I hate crazy people.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what to say. Mother, Can you keep them in the dark for a while? Can you have a proper wedding world? Oh, mama, mama, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show her my world. Oh, mama, not all bound to see your life. But if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Shut up, bleeding. Not all bound to see your life. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it is. Mother, tell your children not to hold my hand. Tell your children not to understand. Oh, mother, father, do you wanna bang heads with me? Do you wanna feel everything? Oh, father, Lord, I'm bound to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Still I'm bleeding, but I'm bound to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it Not all bound to see your light. But if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not all bound to see your light. But if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's
Phoenix Comics+Toys. Hello, creeps. Get your one-of-a-kind custom horror host figurines. That's right, kiddies. Oh, you can find hosts like the Keymaster, Mummy and the Monkey. I just love that name. Mr. Lobo, or even Carlos Borloff's Monster Madhouse. Tell him your bony little friend, the Crypt Keeper, sent you. It won't get you a discount, but it might get you killed. Phoenix Comics+Toys.
It's Spooky Boo from Spooky Boo's Scary Story Time. Grab a glass of wine, a nice warm blanket, and a pair of headphones and listen to the spooky tales of the internet. Some of the stories I write, some are creepypasta, others are sent in by listeners. You'll enjoy falling asleep to these spooky, scary stories. Now get ready, and I'll see you in your nightmare.
the international...